So, this is interesting. Northern European people fared better than most in the cooling climate, as can be expected under the circumstances, some bunches among them even flourishing, such as this little coven, richly decorated in as much looted purple and red as can be carried. They also still have a taste for gold, jewels, and fine silks, holed up in this ancient castle that survived mostly unscathed the earth's onslaught. The coven has become a new law and demands its tributes from all within its range. I find this collection of life to be an interesting experiment, and so I've left it untouched as yet by my gift. I want to see just how far they will follow their new and wanton system of beliefs. Allow me to show you. Inside the castle walls, dripping with rain which has been lashing against the grey-green lichen-festooned stonework since early morning, braziers of an old and regal style have been filled with coal and lit. They air a ruddy flicker, which paints the dark veneers and rich fabrics therein with flattering, majestic, fiery glows. The candles are fixed both in the menacingly large iron wall sconces and above, in the elegant, sickeningly excessive candelabra, seem to drool light and glint upon the scene. It's all calculated, it's all to create an effect, and that destroys its effect, so long as one is able to see. But for all but one of the humans in this room, they do not see. In fact, they're blinded by it all. Sweat and smoke hang lazy in the air, as if time itself has slowed and grinds languorously. Like fat pythons undulating, they writhe upon the lavishment turgidly, clad in bear pelts or pelican boas, which serve not to cover, but only to expose, arraying equal parts flesh and costume to the scene. No words are exchanged here, only gasps or moans, only sharp intaken breaths or harshly exhaled grunts. Silken finery parts for coarse-haired skin, sensual advances, climaxing in mindless thrusting, as person by person ardour and anticipation evaporates, shame and naked truth remain, again, for all but one. Alexei is his chosen name, and he sits upon a throne made of golden painted skulls, though he will kill any who suggest it to be paint, with a benevolent smile on his face which suggests things are all as they should be. Across his shoulders is draped a white lion skin complete with head and claws, aside from which he is naked. He is a thin male with a height that seems to have stolen his bulk and left him elongated and swollen at the joints. His skin oozes sweat as the heads of two dark-haired, feather-festooned humans go to work on his member. One male and one female, they embrace their work with a plume, their eyes flickering as do their tongues, watching for signs of approval. Robert leans back more in the throne, as his dutiful friends are able to eat that much more heartily of the meal he so generously delivers. His tongue emerges from his thinly lipped mouth, rasping along its edges, tasting the air. His hands grip the sides of the throne tighter, and the atmosphere in the room changes as all awareness of their master's enjoyment leaps from one human to the next. Some bend their own tasks all the more. Some bend to their own tasks all the more, deeper or faster, more slapping, more biting, but careful not to overshadow, one eye always watching. Others perhaps not trusting themselves enough, slow instead, the better to watch and read Alexei's reactions. Sorry, I called him Robert earlier, I meant Alexei. The room becomes palpably drier. It seems to contract. Robert stiffens and flexes his fingers. The male and female upon him work faster and softly coo, and you know the rest, I'm sure, for Robert is the self-styled king of this slice of territory. He got to the top of this steaming pile of excrement through promises, lies, coercion, and manipulation. He has created a code of laws and a system of punishment and reward for his little people. There is as yet no currency, but he plans to one day implement it, perhaps like the Sparta of old, with clods of iron. His system of punishment and reward is the glue, which both grants him protection through his guards and keeps the people in order through his torturers. And everyone gets what they want, or at least everyone Robert likes does anyway. Call him Robert again. Alexia likes everyone who gets him what he wants. So you see the idea and the logic? Clever human that Alexia is, he is only so clever as the other humans around him allow him to be, or conversely how stupid they allow him to make them. Such a pantomime. Power, sex, money and drugs, the corrupters of humankind. Where would you be without them?